So, okay, yeah. Just in case you didn't catch that, I'm about to start the show in about a minute here. Just please be patient. Listen to a really good song at FERlive.com. A really cool little flat earth song. She sings really good. Mostly really good. Anyway. Just a few more moments. It's almost here. Just about. You will learn. Resistance is futile. Your state of mind is irrelevant. This is Thunder Talk with your host, Thunder Bear of the Courage Family. And this is Sunday, the 9th, of June 2019. There we go. All right, cool. Let me see if I've got any fuzz or anything on my... Let's see. Doesn't sound all that good. But here, maybe that works better. So anyway, yeah. All right. Tonight, it's mostly law. Let me just minimize the screen here and kind of minimize this one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm working on basically kind of like 3 cases right now at the same time. One of the cases I'm working on is a local one. Okay, that is the guy here that needs help is it's all local. But 2 of the others are remote. One of them's in Alaska, and the other one I forgot where the other one's at. But anyway, so they've been communicating through email and other stuff here. Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go over some of their emails point by point, and of course I will respect privacy. I'm not going to give away any names. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go through that, and then of course I've got other notes and stuff that I've got to go over as well. And of course there's news, and who knows what else. I do want to play that government explain thing for you again. I got messed up on it. Had a few technical difficulties. I figured out what was happening. It was a video on my phone, and it kept accessing the audio for like the audio player at the same time as the video player for some reason. I don't know why. But I went and converted the video to audio, so you can listen to that tonight. It's really cool. If you've listened to my show before, you've probably heard it before, but it is really cool. The video that government explained is on YouTube, and I am still sick, by the way. I'm feeling a lot better, but I am still sick. So I apologize for any coughing. It comes on really suddenly. And my throat's not quite up to the way it's supposed to be, but whatever. So anyway, so let's go over some of these emails here. Okay, there's one from you know what? I'll just say that she is client A. Okay. Client A. And she emails me. She said, most gracious, I also have body cam videos if you're interested in viewing them. I've been able to listen more to your lectures. Yeah, Carl has so many. Absolutely right. I mean, that's a lot of lectures. I know you suggested 488. I also appreciate you speaking on my situation in the video. Thanks a bunch, whatever. Okay. So anyway, the thing is, the deal with her is that they railroaded her husband and locked her husband away. Okay. That sums it up, basically. They kidnapped him. Okay. So, the body cam videos, just ignore them. It has nothing to do with what's going on. Nothing whatsoever. Any evidence. I don't give a crap what kind of evidence it is. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, wait, hang on. I gotta see what else is. Oh, okay. So I responded to her anyway, and I told her she'd also sent some motions that she'd filed. Okay. Well, yeah, the motions are absurd. Stop filing motions. Of course, anyone who's going through this court case stuff, don't file motions. Don't give a crap about whatever evidence or lack of evidence. It's like this. If there was a case where there was like 10,000 freaking witnesses and you had all the big major networks viewing the crime as it happened, I wouldn't give a crap about any of it, because it's not a real justice system. Okay. It's not a real justice system. Now, granted, with all that attention, well, they're probably going to handle it in slightly different way. The more attention you can bring to bear on them, the better it is for you, in a way. Okay. I guess it depends. That's not. I really don't want to make a total blanket statement, because sometimes it's actually a lot better if you don't bring any attention to them whatsoever. Okay, but anyway, so let's see. Okay, so I sent. Damn, I gotta scroll down. Scroll down here. A lot of stuff's here, whatever. Okay, but I basically explained to her how courts work. I think it was in. Let's see. Hang on a second. Also said stay away from the UCC crap. Whatever. Damn it. Let me just go back. I don't like the way this email is displaying for me here. Okay. Hold on. Let me just scroll down. I apologize for this. There's a lot of emails here. I just want to get to the good part of it. So anyway, let me just explain to you what courts are. Courts are like flea markets. Okay. The judge and the prosecuting attorney, not prosecuting attorney, I'm sorry, the judge and the court clerk, they lease out or rent out I think it is like a lease. They lease out that courtroom. Okay. And it's like getting a stall in a flea market. And the prosecutor comes to the judge and says, well, I got these charges here. And it is assumed by the judge and the court clerk that the charges are in dispute. Okay. That there is a matter of controversy, even though they damn well know there is no matter of controversy. If you plead guilty, then yes, there's no matter of controversy. You're accepting the charges. You're doing an unconditional acceptance. All right. If you plead innocent, you're saying that you're disputing the charges. All right. And therefore, they can come down on you because you're not disputing them in the right way. And quite frankly, you don't really want to dispute the charges. Okay. So what I did was I sent her, let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Is it that one or? Yeah, right here. Seeking clarification. Okay. Are the charges in your case, and you have the case number in 4 corner brackets, true, valid, and lawful? Okay. That's what you give to the prosecutor, and it says, if I do not receive an answer within 30 minutes of presentment, I will take it to mean that your answer is no. Okay. Please put your answer in writing. Now, there's different ways you can phrase all that. You can say, if I do not receive an answer in writing, okay, within 30 minutes, or some other time limit, depending on if the prosecutor's right there in court, you could give them just 5 minutes. Okay. If you're not presenting it directly to the prosecutor, you're putting it on file, then you need to specify a certain date and time at which the answer must be delivered to you. Okay. There's other ways you can put it. You can put all this stuff. You can say, are the charges in your case, and do the case number, true, valid, and lawful, and or no, wait, I'm sorry. Can you prove? That's it. Can you prove the charges are true, valid, and lawful? Okay. You can say that. Can you prove the charges are true, valid, and lawful? Valid and lawful. Okay. Now, to the court, it's going to be something very similar in a way similar to this. To the court, you can do acceptance. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you. On my YouTube channel, I don't know why I'm blanking out on this crap. On my YouTube channel, the video. Sorry, damn it. What I'm saying right now is on there. It's being broadcast on there, and in the description, I put a whole bunch of stuff in the description. Well, 3 notices, and they're just generalized notices. Okay. In fact, let me go ahead and pull that up. And let's see if I can get to oh, come on. This is a slow computer. It's a really old computer. Yeah, I put the notices up there. Hang on. In the description, and I want to read them. Come on. My channel. Come on. Right now. Okay, I gotta turn. All right. Pause the audio. There we go. Okay. So one of the notices is and then in 4 corner brackets, you're supposed to put the all caps name. Okay. And the capital I for this, because you're acting as a corporation for this one. Okay. So I, and whatever that corporate name is, will accept the charges, and you put the case number in the 4 corner brackets. Okay. As long as they can be proven to be true, valid, and lawful. And you date it, and you put the all caps name there, and you sign. That goes to the court. That goes on the court record. Okay. See, that way you're not challenging. You're not saying, "Oh, I don't owe the money." All right. It's the same way as treating the IRS. Okay. Now, you got to be really careful about being that corporation. Okay, you got to be careful about it. There's times when you want to do it, and there's times when you don't want to do it. The vast majority of times, you don't want to do it. This is just something that you can do to just get the whole thing to stop, basically. Because there's no at that point when that's on the record, okay, at no point is it considered a matter of controversy. There's no matter of controversy for the court to decide over. Oh, NASA Lies About Everything has joined the chat session. Cool, thanks. Yeah. Let's see where. Okay. There's other things you can ask. You can ask the judge, "Hey, is there a contract here?" Okay, and in writing, obviously. Now, as far as getting the stuff on record, let's say that you've already done the arraignment. Okay, so you're past the arraignment stage, and let's say you're free out on the out on bail, or just out, or whatever. Okay, but you still got the case going on. You just go down to the courthouse. What you do is, if you're going to put notices onto the record, okay, and I highly recommend you do a notice of status as well, and that you do lawfully, not legally. Okay, you have your original and you have your copy. You get them to timestamp both of them. They get the copy for their file, and you keep the original. It's really simple, and it takes less than 5 minutes. As well, if the case file is right there. She may have to go look for the case file, and it may take her, 5 or 10 minutes to do that. But once she gets the case file, then that's it. She's got the timestamp right there. She just inserts it right into the case file. That's what the judge sees. Okay. So let's see. What else I got here? I've got. Oh, come on. There we go. It's computer's messing up a little bit. Seeking clarification. Okay, right here. Is there a contract that I am in violation of? Now, actually, I got a number 1 there. You don't need a number 1 if there's more. If there's just one question. I messed up on that. I'm used to doing more than one question. Is there a contract that I'm in violation of? Okay, and it says if I do not receive an answer in writing on or before, in this case, 12 June 2019 at 2 p.m., I will take it to mean that your answer is no. And of course, you have the date and then all caps name. Okay, and of course, all the I is uppercase in this case. You're going to do this one as a corporate entity as well. Okay. So the third thing that you might want to do as a corporate entity is a true bill. Now, keep in mind when you're looking at these things, they're not formatted properly. Like say a true bill, it should be moved over to the center. It's just that it's hard to do. It's hard to paste all this stuff into the YouTube thing and have it come out right. Okay. But it's close. It's close enough. So anyway, it says I, and in 4 corner brackets, legal name in the in all caps here. Hereby tender this bill to state of California, for example. Okay, this is just an example. If it's Alaska or whatever, it's a different thing. Okay, obviously. Number 1, cost of agent. If you have an agent that is helping you do this stuff, okay, someone acting as an agent for your corporation, then you put in it's like this, in this case, $10,000. Okay. Number 2, unauthorized administration of my property, and property here, the name of the property. What's the name? What's the property? Okay. $50,000, for example. Okay. And then as a living man, you can come in and swear that all the above facts are true and accurate to the best of your knowledge. And it's payable on presentment in this particular case, but you can make it payable in 30 days or what, just you give them enough time, obviously. Okay. Checks made payable to the order of, and then the name on the checking account here, and then the date, and then the all caps name. Okay. Or actually, you could see. You could do both, all caps name and your lawful name as well on this particular one. So anyway, let me get back to the email over here. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Sorry, one moment here. I'm trying to read here. Oh, it's going down. Damn it. Hang on. I hate the layout on this thing, man. I absolutely hate the layout on it. I'm trying to figure out where the hell I need to be, which email I need to be looking at. Okay, here we go. She asks, when would I give it to the prosecutor, or should I have it certified delivered? No, don't have it certified delivered unless you simply don't live in the area and you can't get to the area. Okay. Or should my husband do it? Okay. Now, this is like she's talking about one of the notices to the prosecutor. Okay. Um, you go down to the prosecutor's office, you have the original, you have the copy, you get them to timestamp both. Okay. If they say we don't do that here, get a hold of the supervisor, the whole supervisor for that whole floor or whatever. He or she should know. Okay. It's like, oh yeah, the timestamp's over here. Because I ran into that slight problem Friday, okay, with the guy that was helping. It's like, well, okay, they told us at first we don't timestamp it, you know, and I got thinking about it, it's like, no, let me go ahead and redo it. I'll just be back a little later. So like we came back like an hour later or something, and someone different was there, and that was a supervisor that was there. And she said, I told her we need a timestamp or something. So she said, okay, yeah, I'll go get the timestamp. They do timestamp it. It's just that maybe not at that window. That was the problem. Okay. It wasn't at that window. So yeah, they do timestamp it in that office. And of course they get the copy. You keep the original. It's simple. It's like really, really, really simple. Now, as you know, it's her husband, she has interest in the case. Okay. So she can do it. She can do it herself. In fact, it's probably better that she does it. Okay. Um, and as far as the paper you put it on, uh, it's best to just go ahead and just print it up on like, Word or whatever word processing software you got, and then just, sign it. And by the way, when you do living being, when you're doing, when you're autographing as a living being, put your thumbprint on it, please. Okay. Put your thumbprint on it. So anyway, but it is okay if you want to write it out. If all you got is like legal pad, that's fine. You just don't put any lines on it. Okay. So a legal pad already has lines on it. Everyone accepts that those lines are there, that you did not put those lines on there. Okay. If you put lines on it, that's when it they can say, oh, well, this up here is separate from this down here. It's a separate document. And they can end up discounting everything. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Also, one more thing. It seems the DA has a bone to pick with my husband as well. That's irrelevant. That's totally irrelevant. He can actually come right out in public and say, I hate your husband's guts. I'm going to do everything I can to bring him down. Doesn't matter. they have their rules. They got to follow certain rules, and their rules are, they're all engaging in commerce. That's it. They're all engaging in commerce. So anyway, and the administrator judge, okay, it's I guess the judge has a bone to pick. Fine, it doesn't matter. A situation involving my husband years ago, and the casualty was a friend of the DA. Okay, my husband was accused of accessory. So can that be bolt in his favor? No. Okay, look, you can recuse a judge. Okay, you can recuse a judge anytime you want, but it doesn't matter. The judge sees only what's in the paper, okay, and he has to do what he has to do. All right. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with that judge, just say, hey, you need to recuse yourself because you have prior knowledge of my husband or whatever. Okay. They cannot have a conflict of interest. All right. And you can get rid of the defense attorney that way as well. In fact, the best way to get rid of the defense attorney is just simply to ask for competent counsel and explain to the court that since the defense attorney is a member of the bar and officer of the court, and the attorney's first duty is always to the court and not to the client, then there's a conflict of interest. Please give me competent counsel that has no conflict of interest. Okay. And they can't do that. You can actually stop a trial that way. You know, seriously. But this other stuff just can stop it too. You can easily stop a trial from ever happening. Let's see. The DA wants him labeled as a menace to society, as most so-called black men are. His past is being used. Yeah, of course. Also, being that the feds have a hold on him, how will claiming him as my property work? It works just fine. I don't care. I don't care if it's the feds, if it's the county, the state, the Mickey Mouse Club. I don't give a crap. Okay, and neither should you. You get all like, oh, it's the feds. Yeah, who cares? It's just another corporation. That's all it is. It's just a corporation. There's no different. It's no different than McDonald's or Walmart. It's all corporation. Let's see. Quick update. I don't know firsthand what really happened, but the DA has mysteriously been transferred to another city. Yeah, I think that's just because you're making him nervous. My husband said the attorney came to see him and said the DA was removed because he lost 2 big cases. I have yet to get details. Tomorrow, I hope. Yeah, don't worry about it. Why do you care? Okay. Seriously. It doesn't matter because it's the DA. Okay. The man acting as DA is totally irrelevant. Okay. They can put a woman in next or what, it doesn't matter. It's all the state or the people of the state of, whatever state it is. Okay. So why should you care? Seriously, you don't care. It's like, oh, okay, and you're the state now. Yes, I'm the state. Okay, I'll deal with you. All right, fine. You're the one bringing forth the claim into the public that charges are owed. Okay, great. And then you just proceed from there. It says, my husband actually wrote the DA with those seeking clarification questions. I wrote it and just told him to copy everything I said exactly the way it was written with lowercase I. That's good. Okay. Because you're doing it as a live man in this particular case. We haven't even sent in notice of status. Okay. Can you reply to this on your, yeah. Notice of status. Yeah. He needs to get the notice of status into court and he has to actually draw it up himself. Okay. So, and just be very careful with the notice of status. Make sure everything you're putting on there is absolutely true. Now, I've got examples of mine on my sword and shield method, but some of that stuff doesn't apply to everyone. Okay. Like, I forgot. I forgot what I put on there. Like I'm, the captain of the Starheart tribe. It doesn't apply to anyone else. In fact, being a member of the Starheart tribe, there's no other members right now. And I was thinking about dissolving the whole damn thing anyway. So that doesn't fit. Just do what fits. Okay. And the husband, once you get rid of the attorney, okay, and if necessary, he could just go pro per for a short time and then null and void the contract because it's all under duress anyway. So he could do that. There's different ways of handling it. So yeah. Anyway, whatever you think is best. Okay, really, whatever you're comfortable with doing. But yeah, if your husband can just submit right to the court, from his own hand, the notice of status, and just put it on the record and just relax. Seriously, just relax. Okay, let me go to the other one here. Let's see, right here. Okay, now this one, he put Oh God, his notice was so freaking wordy, and he did all this crazy crap on it. Fortunately, he didn't actually submit it. Okay. Let me see if I can read some of it off to you here. It says notice, comma, invoice, comma, demand for compensation and reparation for the care and enjoyment of my property. Sorry, my private creation property. Oh my God. No. The word notice. Boom. Done. Okay. That part's done. It says, be advised. Notice to principal is notice to agent. They already know that. You don't have to tell them that. Notice to agent is notice to principal. Okay. Yeah. You don't have to tell them that either. They already know that. Non-negotiable and without prejudice. Yeah. Screw that crap. Okay. Seriously. What the hell? No, get rid of that crap. Okay, to the man, and I will leave that part out. Okay. Dear sir, this notice is to inform you of a debt for the use, care, and spending and enjoyment of my creation property. Okay, and he goes on to name his little boy. However, he also puts in it's not even all caps either. He also puts in another name for the little boy or whatever. In he's doing it really weird. I don't know what the hell he thinks he's doing, and he puts a TM for a trademark there. It's like, wait, what the hell? That's not even all caps. You know, you can't trademark. You can't even trademark that. Okay, you cannot trademark that. So yeah, that's absurd. Okay, get rid of all that crap. You shall be privately charged $200 a day for every day that you or any other involved man or woman that wishes to enjoy. Oh my God, this is so wordy. Yeah, don't make it so wordy. Okay, and it goes on and on and on. You know? So anyway, he also puts let's see. Again, I state, notice the agent is notice the agent. Seriously, is notice to principal, and notice to principal is notice to agent. Okay, you have notice in past tense. Seriously, and he says all rights and liberties reserved and none diminished. Exhibit. He doesn't name an exhibit. He just says exhibit, and it puts a period in UCC 1-308. All rights reserved. And then get this, he puts under duress in his name. Okay. And again, doing the trademark crap when it's not even in all caps. Okay. Why would you ever put under duress on your own document? You're not putting, that tells them, okay, this is what it tells them. It tells them that you are not responsible for that document that you just created. They can just toss it in the trash. Okay. Also, you're using UCC. Okay. You're not saying, well, referencing to UCC or whatever. And just cut it out. Just cut the UCC crap out. It's not your law. Oh, crap. You know what? I forgot. I got to do a break. Hang on. I've got to do a break. If I can find it. Here we go. I'll be right back after this.
You're listening to Flat Earth Radio Live, and this is the Flat Earth Man, and all you're watching is a puppet show. All y'all watching is a puppet show. Yeah, the whole world's a stage. The whole world's a stage, man. You're listening to Flat Earth Radio Live.
Find yourself mastering the beat. Tune in and listen every Saturday for the Geocentric Eccentric with West Blaze Music, our resident musician and spiritual brother in Christ Yahushua. The Geocentric Eccentric with West Blaze Music.
Check this
Yes,
out.
it's message in the music time once again, and only Flat Earth Radio has got him. Saturday, the true Sabbath. Lend a knee and lend an ear. Listen every Saturday for the Geocentric Eccentric with West Blaze Music.
Check this out.
Starting 5 o'clock p.m. on the West Coast 8 o'clock p.m. on the East Coast.
Check this out.
And 7 o'clock p.m. Central.
This out.
The Geocentric Eccentric.
The Geocentric.
Only Flat Earth Radio has got him. The Geocentric Eccentric with West Blaze Music.
As bad as I wanna be. FlatEarthRadioLive.com. The Ferret.
Hey, John, you don't look so good. What's the matter?
Oh, I always feel tired and run down. You know, no energy. I think it's my poor diet or something.
Well, you know, John, I used to feel the same way. Couldn't sleep at night, couldn't stay awake in the daytime. That's when my doc told me that I had leaky gut syndrome.
Oh, wow. What'd you do? Surgery?
No way. I tried Tarsal. Tarsal is made with the finest, purest cream of tartar and MSM sulfur. And that's all. The fact that it contains all natural ingredients makes it especially desirable in today's toxic world. Tarsal is a white powder that you take every day with water or juice. Taken regularly, Tarsal can clear your leaky gut right up.
Tarsal, huh? So what else does Tarsal do?
Tarsal can help with acne, psoriasis, constipation, gallstones, heartburn, hemorrhoids, hypertension, IBS, and UTI.
Wow, that's quite a formula.
Yes, it is. And Tarsal also helps you to relax, repels insects, and can help you stop smoking.
So how do I find Tarsal?
That's easy. Just go to tarsal.com or call 619-363-1264. Try a bottle today and begin feeling normal again.
TARSUL.com. Try Tarsal today.
Asking these questions that no one ever asked before because we didn't even think about this. I think it's like God unlifting the veil, you know? He's starting to show people, look, you want to believe this? It's a lie. People are asking questions and truth is going to prevail. It's like, yeah, the biggest problem is that we're not able to eliminate questions, so therefore we can't assimilate. And, you know, people are asking questions and truth is going to prevail.
Join your host, Shelley Lewis, every Wednesday afternoon at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 7 o'clock Central, and 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Down the Rabbit Hole with Shelley Lewis.
Down the Rabbit Hole with host Shelley Lewis. Only here on Flat Earth Radio Live. The Ferret.
Well, let me tell you something about the space station. It's only really there in your imagination. That thing ain't real. It's science fiction. It's there to feed your space addiction. Those astronauts are not in space. It's written all over their stupid face. See, I can spot a lie from 100 miles, and I can spot a fraud from the way they smile. Didn't you learn nothing from the fake moon mission? That puppet show from President Nixon. Well, listen up, they're doing it again, it seems. Check out the harnesses and green screens. I used to work a lot in film.
Okay, back. Yeah, there's this is a long time delay. You know? Okay. Hang on. I'm waiting for it to catch up. Here we go. Boy, that's a long time delay. Man. God damn it. Okay. So anyway, getting back. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Warned you about the cough ahead of time. Yeah. let's see, getting back to here. So anyway, what I did was, instead of having all that stuff, I said, okay, something like this. Use something like this. It says, notice, I, comma, living man, and the name in 4 corner brackets here. Wish and require you, and name in 4 corner brackets here, to restore my property. In 4 corner brackets, I said see Exhibit A. Okay, like a photograph, for example. Okay. Right now, if my property is not restored to me within the hour, I will charge you, name here, $5,000 an hour until such a time as my property is restored to me. And then date, and then name. Of course, the name should be shifted over. Damn it. Everything got shifted when I put it up, on the email. Everything got shifted over. Okay. So anyway, that's basically it right there. Of course, now he's got problems with the not being able to physically access court right now. So he's going to have to maybe adjust it a little bit, but yeah, however way he can adjust it so where they know that they have to restore his property to him. Okay, is in the timing and everything. He's going to have to adjust the timing. All right. Obviously, there's with the way where he's living and everything, it's a long way away from a lot of civilization and everything. So he's probably going to have to give them a little bit more time. Take into account all that. But yeah, that's basically it. That is all he really needs right there to get that property restored. Now, also, what they're doing, since they've kidnapped his baby boy, when he needs, it's because it's interfering with his business. He should be out on his boat, making a living, and he can't. And it's a season for him to be doing that. He's going to also have to go after them for tortious interference of trade. Okay. Or just, interference of trade, actually. It's called tortious interference of trade, but the tortious just means that it's capable, you can sue over it, in other words. Okay. So, let's see. Let me go back to here and see if there's anything else. No. All right. I guess that's it. All right. So yeah, that basically covers that. Now I go into my notes here. There's other things you can do. Okay. Now if it's if you're sending them a bill, a true bill, or actually handing it to them in a court, all right, and you say it's payable upon presentment. In other words, when you're presenting it, it's payable right then and there. Okay, and that's to the state, for example. If they balk at it and say, "Oh, I'm not paying this," it's like, "Oh, well, are you disputing the charges?" Ask them if they're disputing the charges. If they say yes, now let's say that the charge is bringing a false claim into the public. Well, hopefully, of course, you would have already have proven that the charges are not true, valid, and lawful. That makes them false charges. Okay. You can also charge them for using a forged instrument. And most of the warrants are forged instruments. The vast majority of them are forged instruments. I have only seen one real valid warrant in my entire life, and that was done by a court of common law. Okay. A warrant has to be sworn to. Also has to have a bond. So I'm not sure if they're Actually, I don't remember if their warrant had a bond with it or not. But yeah, it has to have a bond. Okay. If there's no bond, it's not a legitimate instrument. So anyway, okay, the birth certificate. I want to talk about that for a little bit here too. Okay. Everyone says that the state is creating that name. No, technically not. Okay. Your parents gave you a name, okay, which is in the certificate of live birth. Okay. That name, and then what the state did was they basically stole that name and converted it. They could make an argument that they're just facilitating the creation of a corporate entity. Okay. They could make that argument, but there was no um the parents didn't give the consent. Okay, so there's no consent. So yeah, that's your property. If you're the baby, okay, that's your property. It's the only thing that you really own. Okay. Other than, well, maybe like clothes or whatever that your parents give you, or blanket or something. But yeah, I mean, that's your property. Your name is your property. So when the state steals your name and engages in converting your name, your property into something else, it's still your property. You can claim ownership. Now, there's a video on YouTube, which is actually pretty good. It's I think, or is it a video on YouTube or is it a podcast? I forgot. Oh God, I listen to so much during the week. Let's see. I think it was a video on YouTube. So anyway, I think it was actually all audio, if I remember right. And in it, they were talking about registering the legal name. Now, when you register something, you're basically turning it over to the crown. Okay. Like regicide, which is the murder of a king or a queen. That reg part, yeah, the royalty part. Register. Okay. So yeah, you're turning it over to the crown, and you can do that if you want. It apparently is kind of successful. I would rather do things differently though. You know, I'd rather just claim the property, which I have. Claim it as my property. There is no man or woman who's going to challenge my claim. The state will not challenge my claim. My claim stands in law and in fact. I put it before the court. All right. I put it before the court in a separate notice. I claim the legal name as my property. So, it's whatever you want to do. If you want to just register it as a business name or trade name, you can do that. You can register a different trade name though. All right. And then go, and I'm assuming you can get maybe a state ID with that, perhaps, or with or get a passport even. All right. If you do it right, you got it. There's certain hoops that you got to jump through, but whatever. Okay. You can do that. I really wouldn't recommend using that to get the passport though, because a passport, what you really want to do is get get passport as a national if you want to get a passport at all. So you're not going to, be using your legal person for that. So yeah, there is a certain advantage of having your name be the same as your legal entity. Okay. So in fact, actually technically you do have Thunder Bear Courage. I I think. Did I do that as a legal entity? You know what? I may not have done that yet. I meant to do that. That's right. Starheart Tribe. I did Starheart Tribe as a legal entity. I forgot. Or Starheart Corporation or something. I forgot what I did now. It's been so long. Yeah, so I can go and have Thunder Bear Courage in all capital letters as my legal person. Now I see how to do it in commerce. Before I was afraid to do that. It's like, oh wait, yeah, since it's my property, I can use it. I can use it however I wish. I'm going to eventually have a passport here as a national, and and the name is going to be in all lowercase. Okay, which will be just fine, and I use my legal person to engage in commerce. I've already put forth. Well, yeah, actually, technically, I did, in a way, create that corporation, Thunder Bear Courage. Yeah, because I already put the paperwork in for some things, with the Holy Roman Empire. I did that Friday. I went to a church, and the documents actually got in the hands of a priest, and that surprised me. I thought I'd be just doing clerks and stuff. It's like just doing it with the clerk and having her maybe timestamp the original, timestamp the copy. But I lucked out. There was a guy that didn't have very much patience, and he grabbed the documents right out of my hand and handed them right to a priest. And they're like, "Wow, yes, thank you. You have a nice day." Because that priest now has a duty, because I invoked God in those documents. That priest now has a duty to kick everything up to the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. Everything on up. Now, all the stuff that I did in that document is probably way beyond the vast majority of you right now. It probably is, and it would probably just kind of confuse you anyway. It wouldn't be beyond, say, Carl Lentz, who has more experience than I do. I thought he had like 20 years of more. Well, no, it's actually, let's see, 1990s. I'm thinking he's got maybe like 10, maybe 15 years of experience, more experience than I do. Okay, somewhere around there, maybe almost 20. So yeah, he's got a lot more court experience than I do. And there are some that have a lot more experience than I do in other parts, in certain things in commerce and stuff. But hang on a second. I got to get something to drink. My throat's getting sore. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, yeah. My throat is not that great right now. Hopefully next week I will be totally better. I did want to play something for you before I get into the rest of my notes. I want to go ahead and play that government explain thing to you. Let's see. Hang on. Oops. Go this way. Like I said, I put it on audio. Here we go. So I'm gonna play this for you before I forget.
Hey, an alien! Yes, I've traveled across space to check on the progress of your species. Cool. Shall I take you to our leader? Your what? Our leader, the guy in charge. The guy in charge of what? Well, in charge of everything. You have one guy in charge of everything? No, he's in charge of government. What is government? Well, government makes the rules for us. It tells us what we can do and what we can't do. So is government really smart? They come up with wise rules for you to follow? Well, mostly. But some of its rules are really stupid. Do you disregard those rules? No, we have to follow the rules, even if they are stupid or we disagree with them. Government punishes anyone who disobeys the rules. So you are slaves to government? No, it's not like that at all. Government works for us, the people. It serves us. We're the boss. It tells you what to do, and it punishes you with violence if you disobey it, and yet you're its boss? Yeah. But there are some things government does that you don't like. Well, yeah, not everything government does is popular, like spending on wars, for example. What is a war? It's when government basically spends the people's money on weapons and soldiers and then sends them over to the other side of the world to kill a bunch of people over there and destroy their country. I don't like it that government does this. Well, I can see why you might not like that. Have you humans reached the stage where you generally consider stealing, enslaving, and killing each other to be bad things? Oh yeah, we know that. Don't steal, don't attack, don't assault. But you give money to government and they use it to kill people. Well, yeah, but government does good things with tax money as well. Why don't you stop paying for the things you don't like and only pay for the good things it does? No, we can't do that. You can't just decide to stop paying taxes because the rules say that everyone has to pay taxes. But the rules come from government though, don't they? Yeah. So government made a rule which says that everyone has to pay them money. So everyone pays taxes because if they didn't, government would punish them using violence? Well, yes, but most people don't mind paying taxes. Most people feel obligated to pay taxes and obey government laws because it's for the good of society. Society needs government, and that means we all have to pay taxes. So just to make sure I've got this straight, government makes the rules and you feel obligated to follow the rules, even the ones you don't like, and it tells you what to do and threatens to punish you if you don't do what it says, and it uses some of the money that it's taken from you using threats of violence to pay for things you don't like and actually think are immoral, like mass murder. Yeah, but we can ask it to please tell us to do smart things, and please don't take our money and use it to kill people. We're allowed to ask them to tell us to do what we want them to tell us to do. Are you guys just scared of this thing? Is government some huge monster that can just squish you at any moment if you disobey? No, government isn't a monster. Well, what is it then? Could you draw me a picture of it? Government isn't really the sort of thing you can draw a picture of. Maybe you could take me to it. Where is government? You mean the building? Government is a building. No, but the politicians who make up the government have buildings they work from. So government is a group of these politicians? Yeah. Okay, so what species are these politicians? Well, they're human. Like you? Yeah. So politicians are humans and they're government. You're a human, but you're not government. No. So it's the politicians, they're the ones that boss the rest of you around and make you do things you don't want to do and take your money using threats of violence. But even though you're all humans, you're not allowed to boss them around and take their money? No, they'd put us in a cage if we did that. But look, it's not like the politicians can just do whatever they want. Like, a politician can't just come up to me on the street and make me give him money. They can't do that. Politicians can only do things like that in their job, when they're working for government. Oh, so politicians aren't government, they just work for government. Yeah. Okay, so government isn't a monster, and it isn't a building, and it's not politicians, it's something else. And it employs politicians who are just regular humans who get to order everyone else around and take their money. How does a regular human become a politician?
Well, that's the great thing about our government. It's a democracy, and that means that the people actually have the power, because we get to decide who among us get to be the politicians. We get to vote. And if a politician starts doing things we don't like, we can just replace him with someone else at the next election.
So the people that get chosen to be politicians only get to boss people around and take their money for a short time, and then they go back to being regular humans?
Exactly.
That sounds like a powerful position to be in. But if you get to choose who does that, I assume that politicians are always the wisest, most honest, caring and respected people among you.
Well, no, not really. I wouldn't say politicians are known for being honest, or wise, or caring. And they're certainly not the most respected people among us. Come to think of it, most politicians are lying, power-hungry crooks.
The ones you chose?
Yeah, they're always doing things we don't like. They use taxpayers' money to enrich themselves and their friends, and they never keep their promises to voters. They've been caught stealing and lying and taking bribes, and they mostly do what the big corporations want. Yeah, they're always doing stuff like that. They're completely corrupt. They're a bunch of lying crooks.
But you said that most humans know that stealing and beating each other up and killing are wrong. And you said that you have the power because you can change who's in charge. So why don't you just replace the lying, thieving, murderous, crooked politicians with some regular people?
Well, we don't try to elect lying crooks. It just always turns out that way. But we have to have a government because some humans are nasty and might kill or enslave or steal. Civilization just couldn't survive without government.
Let me get this straight. Because you're worried about the small number of nasty people that are willing to kill, enslave, and steal, you think it's necessary for your survival to have a system where some humans among you, for a short while, get to call themselves the government, and they get to order everyone else around like slaves, and, if they want, commit mass murder overseas, using money they stole, using threats of violence. Politicians get to kill, enslave, and steal, because if they didn't, someone else might. And you try to elect good, honest people to be politicians, but what happens every time is that the people you elect turn out to be corrupt, evil, lying crooks. That's your system.
Yeah, that's pretty much government.
All right. I think that's good. All right. So anyway, yeah, sorry, I'm still listening to this damn thing they're playing, government explain thing. All right, waiting for me to catch up here. There we go. Finally. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I got a lot more to say about courts and stuff, but I think I may save that for next Sunday. I wanted to talk about Admiralty as well, the ships and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think cars and stuff like that as well. God, there's so much I want to talk about. How you don't need a driver's license, but if you want a driver's license, get an international driver's license. The Department of Transportation actually does certification, and you can get that instead. But you know what? I'm not going to talk about that tonight. I am going to go ahead and go on to the news because I don't want to run out of time. I want to try to get all the news if I can. Okay, an algorithm generated eerily accurate portraits based only on someone's voice. It's not exact match like faces and stuff, but it's pretty close. It can actually guess gender and race and age from your voice, and it can get kind of accurate. So anyway, let's see. Woman relieved after suspected brain tumor turns out to be tapeworm egg. Tapeworm egg. Your cheap ass bee house is probably killing the bees. They sell these bee houses, and it's not a good idea because the thing is, no one's cleaning them. Okay, and they can get rot and filth in there, and basically just kill the bees. Let's see how a podcast helps solve a grisly cold case. Let's see. If you want to see this stuff, it's on my Thunder Bear Courage page on Facebook. Okay. Your phone carrier can now automatically block all robocalls. The thing about that is that the carriers can still charge for that. It's just a money making thing, money making thing. That's all it is. New law in India would imprison anyone who uses cryptocurrency. I haven't checked out that story yet. Actually, I'm not really interested in it, but if anyone's interested, it's up here on my main page. What's the difference between an attorney and a lawyer? It goes into a lot of differences. They left some stuff out, of course. What they left out is that most attorneys just have business degrees, and the courts are courts of commerce, which I explained to you earlier. But this is from mentalfloss.com. Michelin's puncture-proof tire prototype could make flats a thing of the past. It's about damn time they put these tires out. How long have they had these tires? Seriously. I mean, it's been like 3 or 4 years now that they've had this concept for this tire. The bicycles, they had bicycle tires first with this concept, and then they said, "Oh, we'll do it with cars." And it's like now we got a military vehicles, and it's like, well, when are you bringing it out here? Come on, seriously, it's about damn time. The reason why dryer sheets are toxic to cats and dogs. So if you have a cat or a dog or both, you may want to look into that. Yeah, you don't want them playing with dryer sheets. Okay. Let's see. I love this little meme I've got up here. Beware of dog, and the cat is shady as hell too. I love that. Oh, I do want to mention I do have that YouTube channel. It's Thunder Bear Courage, just in case. And I also have a new Twitter account. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description of my YouTube channel. Okay, so please check that out. Okay. Let's see. I got a whole bunch of little cat things here. They're cute. They're really adorable and funny. It gets a great little photograph here of a surveyor, and his hat says "The Earth is flat, NASA lied." I love that. Okay, beware of the curveball maritime law and the Jones Act claims. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to go into all that Admiralty maritime stuff, but I'm not going to have time. I will go in all of that next Sunday, okay? Let's see. Got a link to a YouTube video about $1,000 survival kit in a case. Bottom line to that thing, it's not worth it. The case is really nice, though. I like the case, but the rest of it, it's mostly crap. The vast majority is crap. Let's see. Got a lot of links to a lot of YouTube videos and stuff. Okay, New York. This is from New York Times. Officers had no duty to protect students in Parkland massacre. Judge rules. Yep, that's true. There's no duty. There's no contract. Okay, there's no contract. Yet every time they drag someone in front of a court, they're actually invoking a contract that doesn't actually exist. So they interpret things the way they want to interpret them. In other words, there's a YouTube video exposing the big lie governments are business entities and their business is deceit. Yeah. Let's see. Did I listen? Oh, no, that was it. That was what I was telling you about, where they were talking about registering the not the birth certificate. I'm sorry, the name, your legal name, registering it. And like I said, you can if you want. I would rather claim it. They say don't claim it as your property, but it's like, no, that's the way I approach it. It's my property, damn it. But whatever. Let's see. Let's scroll down some more here. Lawyer who defended pedophiles found guilty of raping children. Yep, not a surprise there. Sicko cop sodomizes man on video over paper license plate. Taxpayers to be held liable. Yeah, see, that's the problem with doing it all in the legal part, and all in commerce. The taxpayers are going to be held liable for it. So, yeah, you need to do it under common law as well. You can go after them in both ways. Okay. You don't have to just stick to the common law, although it is a lot safer that way, generally speaking, a lot easier. But if you know what you're doing, then yeah, you can do it both ways. Alabama lawmakers passed landmark bill requiring child molesters to be castrated. Okay, but they're talking about chemical castration. And it's probably not going to be very effective. Seriously, it's just not. But whatever. Army vet mysteriously dies in jail. Returned to family with throat, brain, and heart removed. I'm kind of wondering if it was a black magic ritual thing as well. I kind of wonder about that. The throat is your voice. The brain is the thought, and the heart is the feelings. But in addition to covering up the crimes. Let's see. Oh yeah, I posted some videos about the corpus juris secundum. I on my trip to the law library, and they're on my YouTube channel as well. You might want to check them out. They're really, really short. Okay, all of them are really super short. And you may learn a thing or two. And I actually did kind of a halfway tour of the law library in a way, at least the part of it. I am thinking about going down there and doing a full video. I want to do that one day. Just go in there and say, hey, can I have permission to do a video for YouTube? Really early in the morning. Because when you go there the first thing in the morning when they first open, there's no one there. As in there's really no one, no customers there, as it were. Okay, so that's the best time to go, right when they open. You have the place basically to yourself. Birth certificate versus certificate of live birth. That's a video that I have a link to here on my Facebook page, and someone else did it, and he did a really good job of it. Okay. Let's see. Your Rights Are an Illusion by George Carlin, and he's right. He's a little off the mark when he's talking about how you have the about the rights given by government, because he says, well, the Bill of Rights. He talks about the Bill of Rights, but the Bill of Rights the Constitution is not your contract. It is not supposed to be for man at all, you know. And that's another thing. What I forgot to mention is right there in the Corpus Juris Secundum in 91, Corpus Juris Secundum 91, when it talks about United States, it mentions that the federal government existed prior to the United States, which I already knew, but it's nice to see confirmation of it. 2 years prior, actually, 2 years prior. So the United States, kind of existed before the United States. In a way, the federal government did anyway. Let's see, the speech that broke the internet, motivation that will change your life. Yeah, I love the way this guy talks about schools and stuff and how they do not teach you what you need to know. And they are forbidden from teaching you what you need to know. Okay, they're absolutely forbidden to teach you what you really need to know. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little video. It's a really short one too. I got a link to a YouTube video interview with Shelley Lewis from the plaintruthmovie.com. Yeah, they're working on the documentary. Okay. And it's going to be good. I think it's going to be really good because of the talent behind it. And it's not like mainstream Hollywood, how they screwed over the flat earth community, basically by lying, whatever. Opinion report: wrongful convictions have stolen at least 20,000 years from innocent defendants. Yeah. Yeah, I believe it, but they probably it's probably more than that. I'd say it's probably 4 times more than that. Let's see. The purpose of a birth certificate. It's on a YouTube video. You know what? I haven't actually seen this video yet. I went ahead and shared it. I think I did see like the first few minutes of it. So, crab kidnaps a jellyfish. That's a cool little video. Let's see. The law that lets you legally steal houses. Yeah. You're talking about basically squatters' rights, stuff like that. And it's a really cool little thing to watch. Okay. There's a little cool video on it there. Let's see. I got this really cool picture up here of these giant stairs, and you see the peoples there. I mean, it's almost like they're standing up against walls. I mean, it's just a freaking cool video, a picture that is. I don't know where it is though. I'm gonna have to look it up one day, I guess. But yeah, I mean, unless it's photoshopped, I don't know. I can't tell. I really can't tell. But it is a really cool picture. I don't know. It's just, if it's real, it's wild. More cat pictures. I mean, there's a page on Facebook that's Flat Earth Cats. They always have some really, really cool cat pictures and videos sometimes. Yeah. So there's a little meme on here. It says, so they videoed themselves driving around and playing golf on the moon, but they never thought to use that same video camera to film the Earth. Yeah. Tell me about it. And of course, I've someone actually said on here they would never have been able to capture or see Earth as they apparently landed on the dark side of the moon, which never faces Earth. And of course, I responded, if it is the dark side, where's all the sunlight coming from? And I also responded, also, I seem to remember seeing a photo of the Earth from the moon, and I put in one of the photos of the Earth from the moon. And of course, photo in quotation marks. because it's not an actual real photograph. None of them are. None of them are really real photographs in a way. Well, the composite photographs or CGI or whatever, So whatever, yeah. So yeah, they never turned the video camera on the Earth. Don't you think that is really weird? Seriously, don't you think that's like something? It's something that a human being would naturally do is turn the video camera up to the Earth. Yeah. um, let's see. Citizens disobey New Zealand gun ban. Only 530 of the 300,000 people turn guns in. That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, keep your guns. Oh, you know what? I put that twice. I'm gonna have to delete one of them. I accidentally put it twice, shared it twice. There we go. Deleted. Mom paid $1 million after video showed cops shoot her son 13 times in the back, stomp on his head. Yep. Yeah, the thing about this police, they're told, at least the ones in New York, I know for sure, were told, go out there and violate rights. And I kind of suspect that it's because these lower entities, like, demons or whatever, feed off of negative energy. So they feed off of fear and hatred, anger, all this negative stuff. Yeah. So I think that's what's going on. Maybe part of it anyway. The Mesa police chief tried to curb horrific brutality problem, so 95% of the department voted to remove him. Yeah, just a few bad apples, they say. 95% of them apparently are bad apples. So you have one police chief that says, hey, maybe we shouldn't be, going out there and, committing all this violent activity and stuff. Yeah. And they got rid of him. Wonderful. County that throws people in prison for CBD, which is a medicine, let Joe Biden's son go for having cocaine. So you can't have the medicine, but if you're Joe Biden's son, you can have cocaine. Nice. Skip that one. Oh, I've got this video. It's from Classic Rock Revolution. Posted a video and I shared it. It's funny. It's got these Bee Gees lookalikes in it. And it's really short and it's funny. Oh, I love this. This little thing here. This photograph, it says both anarchy and voluntarism, whatever, are based on the concept of no rulers, not no rules. Rules can be good. And it has a picture of this woman. She's standing in front of the sign. The sign says, only tennis shoes allowed on courts, because it's a tennis court, right? So she's holding a tennis racket and she has tennis shoes on and nothing else. So if you want to see that photograph, by all means, come on up and look at it. Man is charged tax on energy he creates himself from solar panels. Healthy holistic living. Yeah, I believe that. I totally believe it. Health Canada investigating banana boat sunscreen after 3 complaints of babies burned by product. That is. Yeah, this baby's burned really bad too. Don't use sunscreens, period. Just limit the amount of sunlight you get. Okay. Seriously. I mean, there's a healthy amount to get, but just don't, especially babies, it's terrible. I mean, it's absolutely terrible. This little baby that, got that sunburn on his face or her face, maybe. I don't Judge says U.S. government can be sued for Flint water crisis. That's cool. Parents have children stolen from them by the state for low IQ scores. Yeah, that's what happened to Carl Lentz's little boy. In a way, he had Down syndrome, and the state stole his kid from him, and he started fighting back, and that's how he learned how to do common law. Eventually, a judge actually helped him. A judge said, "Hey, look, I know what the state did to you, and how they did it. I know exactly how they did it," and he actually helped him. You know, and that's another thing. When you're in courts, listen to what the judge is saying. Okay, occasionally the judge may actually try to help you a little bit. You know, I know they're crooks and everything, but occasionally, yeah, sometimes judges are kind of cool. You know, and they may actually help you a little bit because if they see what you're doing, like, hey, you're doing common law here. Okay. Very rarely, they very rarely ever see the common law of the land. Okay. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who doubt that common law exists, it's referenced in the Corpus Juris Secundum. Okay, and actually a lot of the volumes. You just have to look for it. You know, it's referenced. It probably says. I need to look up common law in the Corpus Juris Secundum. Actually, I didn't do that. I should have done that. I'm going to go back to the law library sometime this week, and I'm going to look for that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and Corpus Juris Secundum 65 is all about names. I urge you to check that out. Really. I mean, not literally check it out check it out of the library, because you can't. It's not for circulation, but go and do that. Oh, and by the way, they've got these apps that convert photographs into PDFs. Okay, so if you photograph text and convert it into PDF, so I've got quite a number of PDFs I've been collecting, and of the Corpus Juris Secundum. So it's pretty cool. Let's see. Florida mother holds intruder at gunpoint, waiting for deputies to arrive on scene. That's cool. Yeah, there's a little article on here, how to bring in the provost marshal. And I really recommend you read this. Okay, it's by the Knights Sovereign Diplomatic Mission Group. It definitely takes a different approach and everything, but it's really nice to know. I kind of skimmed over it. I need to go back and read it. Okay, it's got a lot of really cool information in it. So please come up to my page, or I suppose you can use DuckDuckGo and search for it there. How to bring in the Provost Marshal by the Knights Sovereign. Okay, and it's spelled Sovereign is spelled differently. It's Soveran. I don't know why they spelled it that way. Whatever. Diplomatic Mission Group. Okay. That's who it's by. So you can look that up. And it talks about the flag. It talks about the military flag that they got in the courtrooms. Chemotherapy may spread cancer and trigger more aggressive tumors, warn scientists. Yeah, stay away from chemotherapy. It's just poison. It has a very low success rate. Chelsea Manning's resistance is aimed at abolishing the grand jury once and for all. Well, see, the thing is that those grand juries aren't real grand juries. I found that out in Corpus Juris Secundum. I forgot where, though. I totally forgot where. But yeah, there was a change. I think it was in Corpus Juris Secundum. It may have been someplace else, but I know for sure there was a change. There was a change in they went from being like common law grand juries to being statutory grand juries. Okay, just like in 1954, when all the pleadings went from common law pleadings to statutory pleadings. Oh man, I gotta play another break here. Let me get to hang on. Gotta pull up on my phone. All right, I'm gonna play another break. I'll be up after this.
You're listening to Flat Earth Radio Live, and this is the Flat Earth Man, and all you're watching is a puppet show. All y'all watching is a puppet show. Yeah, the whole world's a stage. The whole world's a stage, man. You're listening to Flat Earth Radio Live.
Find yourself mastering the beat. Tune in and listen every Saturday for the Geocentric Eccentric with West Blaze Music, our resident musician and spiritual brother in Christ Yahushua. The Geocentric Eccentric with West Blaze Music.
Check this
Yes,
out.
it's message in the music time once again, and only Flat Earth Radio has got him. Saturday, the true Sabbath. Lend an ear and lend an ear. Listen every Saturday for the Geocentric Eccentric with West Blaze Music.
Check this out.
Starting at 5 o'clock p.m. on the West Coast, 8 o'clock p.m. on the East Coast,
Check this out.
and 7 o'clock p.m. Central.
This out.
The Geocentric Eccentric.
The Geocentric.
With West Blaze Music. Only Flat Earth Radio has got him. The Geocentric Eccentric with West Blaze Music.
As bad as I wanna be. FlatEarthRadioLive.com. The Ferret.
Hey, John, you don't look so good. What's the matter?
Oh, I always feel tired and run down. You know, no energy. I think it's my poor diet or something.
Well, you know, John, I used to feel the same way. Couldn't sleep at night, couldn't stay awake in the daytime. That's when my doc told me that I had leaky gut syndrome.
Oh, wow. What'd you do? Surgery?
No way. I tried Tarsal. Tarsal is made with the finest, purest cream of tartar and MSM sulfur. And that's all. The fact that it contains all natural ingredients makes it especially desirable in today's toxic world. Tarsal is a white powder that you take every day with water or juice. Taken regularly, Tarsal can clear your leaky gut right up.
Tarsal, huh? So what else does Tarsal do?
Tarsal can help with acne, psoriasis, constipation, gallstones, heartburn, hemorrhoids, hypertension, IBS, and UTI.
Wow, that's quite a formula.
Yes, it is. And Tarsal also helps you to relax, repels insects, and can help you stop smoking.
So how do I find Tarsal?
That's easy. Just go to tarsal.com or call 619-363-1264. Try a bottle today and begin feeling normal again.
TARSUL.com. Try Tarsal today.
Asking these questions that no one ever asked before because we didn't even think about this. I think it's like God unlifting the veil, you know? He's starting to show people, look, you want to believe this? It's a lie. People are asking questions and truth is going to prevail. It's like, yeah, the biggest problem is that we're not able to eliminate questions, so therefore we can't assimilate. And, you know, people are asking questions and truth is going to prevail.
Join your host, Shelley Lewis, every Wednesday afternoon at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 7 o'clock Central, and 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Down the Rabbit Hole with Shelley Lewis.
Down the Rabbit Hole with host Shelley Lewis. Only here on Flat Earth Radio Live. The Ferret.
me tell you something about the space station. It's only really there in your imagination. That thing ain't real. It's science fiction. It's there to feed your space addiction. Those astronauts are not in space. It's written all over their stupid face. See, I can spot a lie from 100 miles, and I can spot a fraud from the way they smile. Didn't you learn nothing from the fake moon mission? That puppet show from President Nixon. Well, listen up, they're doing it again, it seems. Check out the harnesses and green screens. I used to work a lot in film and TV. I know a bit about the television trickery to create the illusion that you're somewhere that you're not. A green screen is what you're gonna use a lot. Or if you wear a harness and attach it to the ceiling, the illusion that you're floating is what they'll be believing. All you're watching is a puppet show.
Okay. All right. So, boy, this is such a long damn time delay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever. Come on. Catch up. Here we go. Right? There we go. That's caught up now. Boy, that's a long delay.